Hello everybody, it's Remain Mind here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at the last new magical girl we're getting with the Maiden of Hope event, Liz Hawkwood. I will go over her stats, connect, Magia, Doppel and team and Memoria recommendations. Liz is a limited dark magical girl, and as a 5-star she has a max HP of 23,324, a max attack of 9,580 and a max defense of 7,524. Compared to the other 5-star dark magical girls, her HP is average and average to low when compared to the other 5 stars. On the other hand, her attack is quite high when compared to the other 5-star dark magical girls and the other 5 stars. Finally, her defense is average when compared to the other 5-star dark magical girls and the other 5 stars in general. She is a attack type and her growth and leveling is balanced. When taking a look at her discs, we can see that she has 1 charge disc, 2 horizontal blast discs and 2 XL discs. Her MP gain is good. From a XL charge XL combination you can earn around 38 MP. Let's move on to her connect, Magia and Doppel. Liz's connect is called It's Dangerous Nonetheless. Depending on her rarity, she grants the targeted ally a chance to land a critical hit. The chance is between 60 to 70%. She also allows the targeted ally to ignore the enemy's defense when attacking. Her Magia Lombre deals attribute strength and damage to all enemies. As a 4-star this is between 315 and 355%, and as a 5-star this is between 335 and 375%. This depends on her Magia level. When up against light enemies, 200% more damage is dealt because of the attribute strength damage modifier. She will also restore her own MP. As a 4-star this is between 27.5 and 31.5 MP, and as a 5-star between 32.5 and 36.5 MP. This depends on her Magia level. Finally, as a 4-star she also grants herself a 30% chance to evade the enemy's attacks. As a 5-star this is a 40% chance. Her Doppel Obscurité, the Doppel of Disillusion, deals attribute strength and damage of 869% to all enemies. 200% more damage will be dealt when up against light enemies. She will restore 41.5 MP to herself, and as a 100% chance to evade the enemy's attacks. Liz is yet another dark magical girl who we can roll for, sadly for just a limited amount of time. When I mentioned her stats and skills, you might have already noticed that she is a bit like Kazumi. However, there are some major differences between them, so while they are similar, they still each have their own strength. That being said, Liz's disc distribution is one of the better ones. She has 2 blast discs, meaning that she can reach a decent amount of the field, and 2 XL discs, which allow her to build up her MP bar easily. When we look at her connect, it is obvious that it is built to deal as much damage as possible. The ignore defense buff is obviously nice and always useful. However, in this connect it gets combined with a chance to land a critical hit. While it is not a 100% chance and therefore maybe a little bit inconsistent, it does not truly weaken the connect. With the ignore defense option you can easily get rid of normal enemies, as most of them don't have that much HP. The chance to land a critical hit is much more of importance during a boss fight. Naturally, the ignore defense is a big help and will cut away a nice chunk of the enemy's health. The critical hit can help you to deal even more damage and end the boss fight sooner. Her Magia might seem somewhat selfish as she only buffs herself. However, she has a strong Magia because it is a attribute strengthened one. If I'm correct, Tsukio is the only other dark magical girl who also has a attribute strengthened Magia. But the problem with Tsukio is that it might take a little bit longer to fill that MP bar when compared to Liz. Liz's MP gain is quite good, she has 2 Excel discs, and she also restores her own MP after performing her Magia once. So this gives you already a little bit of a head start to perform another Magia again quickly. This is of course extremely effective and deals lots of damage against light bosses who take up multiple squares on the field. However, light is also effective against dark, and while Liz can take a few hits, you should still watch her HP closely. The evade buff coming from her Magia is sadly very inconsistent. You only have a 40% chance as a 5-star to get the evade, so you better not count on it since the percentage is way too low. Which is sad because it could have made her survivability even better than it already is. Now, maybe one of the most noticeable things about Liz's Connect and Magia is that she doesn't enhance any blast, excel or charge discs. This is not bad because her Connect does already offer to do a lot of damage. It actually makes her extremely versatile because this will allow her to fit on a lot of teams. PvP wise, if you have Liz, you should use her. Her stats are quite good for a damage dealer. Naturally, she has high attack, so she can defeat some strong light magical girls, such as Tart or Dark as we call her now. But she can also deal decent damage to other elements, and her Connect can be extremely useful because of the Ignore defense buff. As I said before, Liz is quite versatile and therefore fits on many teams. She fits in a blast team with, for example, Kyoko, Yachio and or Nanaka. By now I think I have suggested a theme like this for the 10th time or something. Anyway, this Connect can be useful for her teammates to make those blast discs hurt the enemies even more, while her teammates can strengthen Liz's blast disc. It's as simple as that. Liz also fits in a Magia team with, for example, Lena, Lika, Len and Melissa. All of them are focused on getting their Magia up as soon as possible to defeat the enemy. With her good MP gain and immediately some MP restore after using her Magia, Liz fits in well with this team. Just like with the Blast team, with her Connect she helps her allies to deal just a little bit more damage, while they can enhance her Excel discs to get that Magia up even faster. Funnily enough, they are similar, but because of that they also fit together nicely. I'm talking about Kazumi, of course. Both their Connect have the 100% chance to let the targeted ally ignore the enemy's defense, so they will increase each other's power. They also both restore MP to only themselves after using their Magia. However, it can be built up quickly because they both have 2 Excel discs available. Together, they can make a strong dark team and deal a lot of damage quickly. If you want to MP spam with Liz, you should pick Madoka, of course. With both her Connect and Magia, Madoka restores MP to her teammates. This will let Liz come closer to Magia spamming. She already has good MP gain, and after using her Magia, she restores her own MP. So just use a Connect after that and you already have more than 50 MP back. Madoka can also heal Liz with her Connect and offers a damage cut for 3 turns after using her Magia, so this helps Liz a bit with her survivability. Liz's personal Memoria 2 odes give her upon activation a MP increase from Excel discs and a 100% chance to ignore the enemy's evade and still do damage. This can be a good Memoria when you put Liz in a Magia team, and the ignore evade buff can be handy when up against a boss or even in PvP. However, I only advise using this Memoria if you have a Liz with multiple Memoria slots. If you only have a one slot Liz, for example, it would be better to put a passive Memoria on her for a constant boost. Speaking about constant boosts, when in a blast team you might want to increase her blast damage, as usually Onward to the Light or Surrounded by Wings are great Memorias. Onward to the Light will give a constant 30 or 35% damage boost on Liz's blast discs. Surrounded by Wings is the 3-star alternative Memoria for this and will constantly increase the damage of the blast discs by either 25 or 30%. When in a Magia team, you can use the Flavor of Drama. This Memoria increases normal MP gain and increases the MP bar more when you get hit by the weak element. You will probably put Liz up against light enemies, so this is a good Memoria for her. With I Made Friends, you can get the most out of your Liz. It gives a general attack boost and each turn a 20 or 25% chance to land a critical hit. This Memoria just fits her extremely well as a damage dealer. Finally, for Magia spamming, you can use either Here With You or the 3 of Us Going Forward to increase the Magia damage even more. Here With You is a passive Memoria that is always active and gives you a 20 or 25% constant Magia damage boost. You can use this when you know that you're going to use Liz's Magia quite often. Use 3 of Us Going Forward when you want to use her Magia less often. You will need to activate this Memoria before using it, but the Magia damage boost will be slightly higher, either 25% or 27.5%. If you're looking for a good dark magical girl, Liz is the one to go for. She is a solid damage dealer with still decent HP and defense. She can help the damage output of the team greatly with her connect, and on top of that she is extremely versatile. So are you rolling for Liz? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did. You can also follow me on Twitter, link is in the description below, as well as my Magia Record player IDs if you wish to follow me. Have a good morning, afternoon, night, or whatever your time zone is, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!